The world began with 5 gods. Astra, the god of knowledge. Osiris, the deity of self-actualization. Fae, an elven beauty, the deity of wonder. Terra, deity of passion, a dragon. And finally, Venus, the youngest of the deities, born to reign over love. Together, they carved the world into existence, a vibrant world, filled with unique sceneries and diverse life to populate it. And once the world had finished forming, each of the gods took a piece of the world as their own. Different ideas and cultures thrived in each of the realms, but with differences came conflict. Only Venus and her realm chose to distance themselves from any sort of conflict, choosing to abide by the goddess of love's pacifist ways. Venus's people spent their time creating art or studying about the world, and time trickled by. Years turned into centuries, the world spun on, and as time passed, things started to go terribly, terribly wrong. The deities, usually benevolent, began to change. Astra became more arrogant, Osiris more selfish, Fae distrusting of others and paranoid, Terra angrier, and Venus more naive. As the deities changed, the world changed with them. Conflict among realms became deadly and more volatile. Despite changing, the deities continued to take care of their people, and a thin balance managed to take root. Until one day, Venus, the youngest and most naive of the deities, fell in love. The mortal's name was Brugo, an orc with kind eyes and a gentle heart. The two of them, mortal and immortal, fell deeply, fiercely in love, and they declared their love to the world. The gods were enraged. They believed a god's love affair with a mortal diminished them all in status. The anger thundered to a head, and the realms found themselves embroiled in war. But Venus was pregnant. The child cradled within her, born between herself and her beloved, prevented her from fighting to protect her realm. King Brugo took up the defense. The defenders fell and fell to the forces of the 4 deities in a desperate attempt to buy the tiniest sliver of time for their deity. And finally, in the last hour, when the enemy was within sight of the capital's walls, Venus gave birth to her daughter, a new deity she named Cupid. Venus and Cupid presented the gods with the choice, whether to continue this grueling conflict or to settle things between the deities, the 4 of them versus Venus and Cupid. Believing they had nothing to fear, the 4 gods accepted this wager. For almost half a day, the sky was lit up with the conflict of the deities, their mortal armies watching from below, and finally, it appeared the 4 gods had won, poised to strike the killing blow on Venus and Cupid. But Venus, knowing that she would not be able to win against the other deities, formed a secret plan set into motion through King Brugo. And in the moment when all the deities were exhausted from battle and had no strength left to struggle, King Brugo moved. He had in his possession a relic of creation, a piece of the universe itself given to him by Venus. And as he activated it, the relic pulsed with a divine energy that flared and glowed, and eventually engulfed the deities whole. When the lights cleared, the deities were gone. Astra, Fae, Osiris, Terra, Venus, and Cupid, all of them gone. King Brugo acted swiftly to defeat the enemy's armies, which had been thrown into chaos. He worked tirelessly to establish stability and instituted Venus's cultural and military authority over the other realms. At first, the realms were more connected than ever through the use of magical machines called the Internet. But King Brugo eventually came to pass, and in the years following, his descendants began to abuse their power. They claimed to be connected to Venus's will and oppressed those under them. The people began to turn away from the crown, and soon after, an uprising swept the land. But the Hierarch still had the relic of creation and used it to split the internet among realm lines, and the fact that the internet had once been free was steadily forgotten. Today, the internet is still separated, and all realms are under Venus's control. However, things are about to change.